Meeting air quality standards during this pandemic, of course, is a challenge for schools across Rhode Island this year. And NBC 10's Tamara Sarkarsik is here with a closer look at this issue. Good morning, Tammy.
Good morning, Allison. The airflow in classrooms is critical to reopening schools, but we discovered Rhode Island's antiquated systems may not be able to handle the CDC's recommendations.
We've never dealt with this type of situation, and I have one chance to get it right.
Pressure is mounting for Rhode Island superintendents as they race to rectify air quality problems at school buildings before the start of the school year.
We thought before maybe just open the windows would suffice. Now we're looking at that through a more magnified lens and saying there's a lot more we really need to do in a lot of our space in our schools to make them safe.
Coventry Superintendent Craig Levis told me one of the biggest concerns is filtration. The CDC is recommending schools have systems that can filter, dilute, and disinfect the air every 10 minutes. That requires hospital-grade filters that may tank our schools' antiquated HVAC systems.
We're getting experts to come in and look at our systems to see would they survive if we can get those.
For some districts, determining whether their systems can handle the necessary filters may take some research. I sent a records request to Providence Public Schools last month asking for the age of their HVAC systems. 2 weeks later, they said they needed an additional 20 days to fulfill that request. We looked at a government accountability report from June that found the HVAC system at one Rhode Island school is still operating with 100-year-old components.
I don't think that we're ready to go back, given the conditions that the school building is already in.
NBC 10 learned upgrading Rhode Island schools hasn't always been a priority. The legislature stopped funding school construction between 2009 and 2015, and the state has been playing catch up ever since. Carrie Landry is a teacher in Coventry.
Did we drop the ball years ago with this, and now we're just not prepared for a pandemic?
Absolutely. Yeah. Public school buildings in particular have been overlooked for years. Taxpayer money, doesn't always go to capital improvements.
And the ability to improve air quality could come down to funding. Levis says Coventry received $720,000 of the $50 million the state has given to school districts during the pandemic, but they have to prioritize where to spend it.
A big chunk of that we're going to be spending on Chromebooks, because we know that many of our students, first of all, families are choosing to do distance learning for the year. And also, I do believe that at any given point, we will be shut down or could shut down, and everybody will be on distance learning.
Levis says for Coventry, no filtration means no in-person learning.
But at the end of the day, I need to make a decision. Is it safe for our staff and students to return? I mean, people can say, well, someone's going to get sick. It's unavoidable. But as superintendent, I don't want to have a staff person pass away because of this.
And we also asked Superintendent Levis if Rhode Island should have planned for this months ago. You can see what he had to say in the next half hour of Sunrise. Live in the studio, Tamara Sarkarsik, NBC 10 News.